Welcome back, guys, to the second vid and the second tactic you can employ on the Finland map from Team 1 starting position. This tactic is called the Blitz tactic and requires heavily on teamwork and speed to take the initiative and keep your opponents off balance. Okay, so what it requires is that 3 players mass on 2 on the left and 1 player holds 2 on the right. So basically, players unfamiliar with this tactic will set up as if 2 were going to fight 2, but instead one side has no fighting and all the fighting occurs on the other side. So what happens is you need to rush straight across to the opponent. This works best on players who are static and obviously don't know what you're doing. Here you can see Aleron is just smashing into the green jackets who are defending the British right flank. So I rush across, and then Aleron's directly behind me, and then Saeed, who was on the other side of the map, comes over and assists, and then Knight, who forms a block in the wood to ensure that the other 2 players can't get across without having to go the long way round. Okay, so yes, I have brought Ferguson's in this battle. It's one of my early battles, and I rarely brought Ferguson's unless I was playing as Britain, and then I'd only bring 2 and 2 green jackets. Okay, so I'm going to form the centre, and then to add to the confusion, Aleron, who is on my left, is going to switch to the right, and Saeed, who is on my right, is going to switch to the left, and then we're going to begin enveloping the guys on the hill. Okay, so this I don't quite understand why he decided to charge 2 horse guards with 1 horse guard, but that's the sort of thing that happens when you're employing this tactic. They kind of get panicky and don't know what's happening and don't know what to do. You can also imagine the players here cursing that their allies aren't helping them, and their allies having no clue as to what to do. So their allies on the other side could come back across the hill and support, but by that time it probably would have been too late, judging by where they were. Or they could go flanking and then meet Knight. And what they end up doing is going for the valley, which has been aptly named Death Valley for a very good reason. Okay, so I mash up those horse guards on the left. It was conveniently had their general in there as well, and then I send my horse guards and some line to help Saeed flank round the wood. You can see here Aleron has dispatched some of his line to form a block on Death Valley, and then Knight is going to put some men onto the knoll to ensure flanking fire happens on the any guys coming through that place, and they probably die a lot faster. Yeah, so I'm continuing flanking through the wood. What's happening is we're going to try and shift round to the back of these players on the hill so they can't withdraw. Because if they withdraw, then all speed is lost and we kind of like lose the initiative then. So it all needs to be done extremely quickly. You can see that players are also attacking Knight, trying to break through there, but he's got a forest down a hill, well, not a hill, but a slight incline, so he's going to be quite hard to dislodge from there. So Saeed sends his cav all the way around the back, and he's managed to take the high ground, and now is just wiping out the British on the hill. I'm forming a buffer in the middle, and I'm just shooting uphill with my line. Saeed and Aleron are flanking, and then we get them in a huge pincer movement, and as you can see, they're totally enveloped on the hill, and there's no escape. So, also here, you can see that the British player then just gets impatient, trying to break through to his allies, and just melee rushes to Aleron's line. It probably would have been better to have done that earlier, because British line is extremely good, and Aleron's men were very tired, so he probably would have broken through quicker if he had just gone in and melee rushed him. But as you can see, there's a lot of dead Englishmen in that valley, and so by the time they reached Aleron's line, they were already very depleted. Saying that, they still break through, but it's far too late now. Aleron has finished his job helping everyone on the hill, and so he swings his main force round just to ensure those British forces don't get behind us when we're mopping up on the hill. So basically this tactic relies heavily on speed. We showed that. We showed how quickly this is done. You can see by the length of the video how quick it's occurred. And then it also requires heavily on the fact that each person has a job and they need to know what they're doing and stick to the task, as we all did here. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed these 2 tactics vids.